So, there's a big sale that happens twice a year at Sephora, in the spring and the fall, or fall-winter. Right now it's the fall-winter sale, and I wanted to do like a get ready with me, basically showing you my recommendations for the Sephora sale. And I want to give you recommendations in each category, not just one product, but different products and for a different reason. So let's just jump into it because there's a lot of stuff. Let's start first with one of my favorite daily primers. This is by REN. This is their Ready Steady Glow Daily AHA Tonic. I love this product. I can use it on a daily basis. It just preps my skin. It kind of just exfoliates all the dead skin, and it just leaves my skin feeling really smooth, but also really bright, really hydrated, really glowy. It's phenomenal. After my toner and serum, I don't really have a serum to recommend just because I go through so many different ones that I always test. But the two things that always keep consistent, and I was thinking back this past like half a year, what have I been going back to for like my eye base and my moisturizer? These two products, Bobbi Brown. I have the eye base and then the face base. But this right here is the eye base. I have a love for this product. It has a nice thicker consistency. It's not super liquidy, but just the way my makeup sits on top of this product, especially if I bake or if I'm using like a heavier concealer, it goes on so smooth. And I feel like especially now, I need some kind of base underneath the eyes because I'm a little more tired, my skin is a little bit more dry, and I find that it does provide a really beautiful base. Love this stuff. Moving on to moisturizer, Bobbi Brown, their vitamin enriched face base. And it's a super, super thick texture, but the way it spreads out, it kind of just melts into butter and it feels so good. But this feels so nice on the skin. I feel like my skin feels really supple afterwards. It just preps the skin for the makeup. For primer, this is newer to my life, but since I've had it, I can't stop using it. This is the RMS Beauty, their Re-Evolve Radiance Locking Primer. It has this gripping technology, and I find that a lot of my makeup looks better with this underneath it. I don't know what it is. I find that I can get more coverage, I can get more pigment, I can get the longevity. Everything just blends really smooth on top of it. I just really like it. But it has a very, very light pink, pale pink, but it doesn't have any kind of pigment to the skin or to the face. It doesn't provide any kind of coverage. But it does kind of have that slippy texture upon application, but then it kind of has that tackiness as well, but it's not super, super tacky and sticky. It's a beautiful primer. For my foundation, I have two options. The first one is the Tom Ford, their Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. Very expensive, the perfect time to get it when it's on sale. It's so beautiful. Something about this foundation, when I stop using it and go to something else, I still think about it. Then I don't use it for a little bit. And then when I come back to it and put it back on my face, I have a newfound love for it and appreciation once again. It's very lightweight. It kind of has like a serum texture in a way. You can use it with a sponge, you can use it with a brush, just depends on what kind of coverage, what kind of finish you prefer. A dampened sponge is going to give you more of a natural finish. That means not as much pigmentation, not as much coverage, and a little bit more of like a soft, luminous glow. You can just see the way it spreads out, the way it evens, but it still looks like my skin can breathe, and it wears beautifully throughout the day. The next foundation is not an actual foundation, it's the Fenty Beauty, their Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I really like these products right here. I find that I do have to prep my skin when my face is drier, and I love this product for every day. If I'm not wearing like a typical foundation, but I still want something on my skin and I want my skin to have that blurred effect, if I have any kind of like weird pimples to cover them somewhat, this right here is what I turn to, and I just didn't think I was gonna like it as much, but I just kept coming back to it. And then if I would travel, this would go into my bag instead of a foundation. So I really enjoyed this product, and I've used this in a lot of videos, and of course, obviously off camera, pretty much on a weekly, maybe not daily basis, maybe like every other day when I'm not wearing foundation. Before I move on to my eyebrows and concealer, I do have one more skin tint product plus skincare. This is by Dr. Jart. This is their Cicapair, their Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. I don't really talk about it, but I use this on days when I don't wear any kind of base product like a skin tint or a foundation, but I do want to color correct. This right here is what I go for when I feel like I'm having some kind of inflammation, like with pimples or whatever, or if my cheeks are just feeling extra rosy that day and I kind of want to chill it out. This right here is what I go for. It's just a really great product. I like that it has sunscreen in here. Really, really, really enjoy this product right here. Eyebrow time. So I have 3 products. So the first one is a brow wax. This is by ABH. This is her Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. And I like this product because a little goes a long way. You kind of work a little bit into the tip, take the lid, and you really kind of just work this product in there. And just gently work your way into your brows, create your shape, and you still have quite a bit of playing time before it sets on you, and then you can move on to your next eyebrow product. Eyebrow pencil. This is the Huda Beauty. This is her Microshade Brow Pencil. I use number 2 Neutral Blonde. If you've been with me for a little bit, you know why I love this pencil so much is because it is so micro. It looks like a mechanical pencil, like the lead pencils, you know, the ones you click, the mechanical ones they use in school. But this one is so precise. It has so much pigment, but it's so blendable. The way it layers onto your brows, it's so stunning. But the one complaint about this product is because it is so micro, you do have to use a lot more of it. Therefore, I have to repurchase this a lot more than my other pencils, like my other 2 loves. My Benefit, Precisely My Brow, love, love, love that pencil, and then my ABH, her regular Brow Wiz pencil. I love those 2, but I find that this one, when I want really hair-like strokes, I will go to this instead of a pen. Last but not least for brows, I have a brow gel. It's a new one in my life, but I really, really, really like her. This is by Rose Inc. This is Rosie Huntington's new makeup line, and this is just their eyebrow gel. I like this for days when I'm just using a pencil or a pen and I just really want to quickly just set my brows in place if I'm not using a brow wax like I am today. But just it looks so beautiful and natural and just makes your brows look fluffy, healthy somehow, a lot more volumized than they really are, and it does keep your brows set in place pretty much all day long. And I like that it's a healthy formula, and it's also supposed to help grow your brows, so I like that. It also conditions your brows. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. So I have 3 palettes, eyeshadow palettes, that I found myself kind of reaching towards. 2 of them are pretty old in my collection that I have been using off camera and on camera for a while now, but this new one is by Natasha Denona. This right here is her newer palette. This is the Glam palette. It's just such a beautiful palette, so easy to work with. It's so buttery, it's so creamy, so blendable, pigmented, to like the perfect point where you don't have to work too hard to get that pigment. But I think this right here, because there's so many shades and so many different formulas to play with, I think this would be a really great time to get a palette like this to really kind of dip your foot into when the sale is happening, because this particular palette is gorgeous. I mean, she has so many other beautiful ones, but I really, really, really like this one right here. The next eyeshadow palette is kind of like an everyday type of a palette right here, Makeup by Mario. This is his Master Mattes eyeshadow palette, and I really like this one a lot. I like this one to create very simple eyeshadow looks where I want something very matte, very simple, very clean, but also you can go very dramatic, very smoky, and just these shadows, they blend so easy, so effortlessly all together. And I really like this palette because it kind of has a little bit of everything. Next palette is the Dior. This is their Backstage eye palette. They have several different colorways to choose from. This particular one is number 2 Cool Neutrals. And you've seen me play with this one several times also, but I find myself, if I'm traveling, if I don't want something like mattes, I still want a little bit of something to my eyes, like a pop of color, a shimmer. I'll go to this one because it is so tiny, but just the shadows, they work so beautifully. And it also has an eye primer included in the palette, this right here. But I like this one in particular, especially if you have green eyes. I like the purple, the lilac, the pink. I think this one's really, really pretty. For eyeliners, I actually have only 2. The first one is by Tom Ford. This is their eye defining pen. This is very expensive for liquid eyeliner, but you're essentially getting 2 liquid eyeliners. The first one is like a typical black felt tip. It's a little bit of a longer tip. It's really, really beautiful, very black, very opaque. It glides on like a dream. But the one reason I love this one is because of this little bad boy right here. It's super, super tiny. It's very micro. It's very precise. You can get right up in there in the inner corner. You can really create a precise line with it. Just this pen in general is so beautiful. It's very opaque, but it is very, very, very expensive. So I have a new one in my life that I really enjoy, and this one's by Huda Beauty, and this is her new Life Liner Quick and Easy. It's a precision liquid liner, and I like that it's super, super tiny, very precise, has a super sharp pointy tip, but the way it kind of just perfectly forms in the inner corner to the outer corner and creates that really nice shape. Formula is really black, it dries down matte, really, really, really stunning. Mascara time. I have 4 mascaras. So let's start off with my most used, Lancome. This is their Lash-Idole mascara. It's such a beautiful mascara. I will say at first I had to kind of learn how to use it because it's kind of like, I don't know if it is a technical tubing formula for this mascara, but the mascara is a little heavier. So I find that I really have to work in very, very thin coats and really work my way up and kind of start on the tips and then work towards the base of my lashes. But just this wand, the formula, just all of it works so well together, and I find that I never smudge, I never flake. It's just a really beautiful mascara, and there's a reason why so many people love it. I can't really live without this product, so I'm definitely repurchasing at least one during the sale. The next mascara is by Bite Beauty. This is a volumizing mascara. This in particular is called Upswing Full Volume Mascara, and it's beautiful. The one thing I will complain about is it's a little more of a messy type of a mascara because the wand is so big, and if you don't have big eyes like myself, you can get this mascara on your eyelids really fast and on your nose if you're not really careful. But just the way this wand is, it has the boar bristles and it kind of tapers in the center, as you can see. But because it's so tightly packed and because it's such like a thicker formula and a thicker wand, it just really puts that mascara on your lashes and gives you the most beautiful volume. Beautiful, beautiful mascara. These next two are very similar because they're more of a lengthening mascara. The first one is by Saie Beauty. This is their, I think it's just their mascara 101. Very beautiful formula. It has those silicone rubberized bristles, and these bristles, they're not like super, super stiff, so you can kind of bend them to your lashes. But this formula is really beautiful, and I find that it lasts on me all day long when I just want like a very natural, simple look to my eyes. It's just a really beautiful formula. And then this one right here is by Ilia, Limitless Lash Mascara. Beautiful mascara. Again, it's more for lengthening, but I like this one when I really want to lengthen my lashes because this wand is a little more stiff and these bristles are a little bit more stiff. I find that I can really layer this mascara on a little bit more than the Saie Beauty, but they're very similar. I kind of go in between the two. I have 3 concealers. Let's start first with my OG that I always come back to and always repurchase, the Hourglass. This is their Vanish Concealer. It's just so beautiful. It's so creamy. It's so pigmented. It's so blendable. It lasts all day long. It doesn't exaggerate anything. And I like to also use it all over my face. It's just a tried and true holy grail concealer for me. Pricey, but so worth it. Next concealer is a little bit newer to me, but I've been using it for quite a bit already. This is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear. I also picked it up basically when they just launched it and I couldn't stop using it. This is their all over concealer. It's so good, it's so beautiful, very full coverage. This is definitely a more heavier concealer, but it doesn't look super heavy under the eyes. I like to wear this one on its own without any foundation under my eyes and then spot conceal whatever I need to spot conceal, or if I really want a glam full makeup day, this is what I'll go for. And a new concealer in my life that I just recently discovered is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their Magic Touch Concealer, and it really is magical. It's just so beautiful, but just this concealer, something about it is so stunning. It's kind of reminding me of like these two combined together, the Vanish and then the All Day Wear Concealer. It's like a medium to full coverage depending how much you use. It also has a beautiful natural finish. It's not super matte, it's not super dewy. I can wear it on its own, and it's a beautiful concealer. And I also like that I can spot conceal with it and it doesn't do anything weird and oxidize on my face. To set my face, I've been pretty much using this right here. This is Cloud Set in shade Airy. Either I'll use this, my Charlotte Tilbury, or the Laura Mercier setting powder, but this is the one when I want something super, super minimal, when I want my skin to look blurred, but not matte. It's stunning. You can use it with a brush, you can use it with a sponge. I kind of like to go with a sponge. It's beautiful. With a sponge, and then I'll go in and kind of use a brush to swipe off whatever I need. I just find that this one never makes me look heavy or cakey. It's super lightweight, but it just kind of just diffuses everything. Like, look at that difference. Contour palettes, or just contour shades / bronzers. These are all cream. I'm gonna start off with my favorite one, Patrick Ta. This is their cream contour and powder bronzer duo. The reason why I love this thing so much, and it is kind of bulky, but when I do travel, this comes with me over everything. I like that it has the cream contour shade and then the bronzer powder all in one. You can blend it using your fingers, you can blend it using a brush. I prefer usually a brush or a sponge, but then once you're done with contouring, just this bronzer shade is also so beautiful. It just gives it that beautiful warmth. This is beautiful, and just the formula, colors, stunning. Chef's kiss. These next two are also cream products. This first one is a clean brand. This is by Saie Beauty, and this is their natural cream bronzer in light bronze. The color, it's right in between a contour and a bronzer, so you can really sculpt your face, but it's also going to add warmth to your face, so you don't need an extra bronzer on top of this. It's just a beautiful formula, really easy to work with. It's really, really, really stunning, and I find that it lasts on me all day long, and it's really easy to work with. And then last but not least, it's an old favorite. It's by Huda Beauty. This is her Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream in shade Fair. That's what I like to wear, the color. But this right here, again, it's the same thing as the Saie Beauty for me. It's a contour and bronzer in one. It has that perfect neutral tone where it sculpts you but also warms up your complexion at the same time, so you don't need a bronzer to put on top of this by any means. So I really enjoy this product. It's very pigmented, very easy to blend, very easy to work with. It's just very, very beautiful. Of course, I have to take my Patrick Ta, and I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite face brushes as well that I recommend besides the Beauty Blender. This right here is Fenty Beauty, her 125 face brush. It's just a beautiful brush. I have 2 or 3 of them in my collection just in case one is dirty so I can use the other one. But it's just the perfect shape where it hugs your cheekbones. You can go either up, you can go sideways. It cleans really well. It keeps its shape. It doesn't shed. Oh, it's just so stunning. For blushes, I have 3 products. 2 cream / liquid, and then only 1 powder. My number 1 pick, I will say, is Saie. This right here is their Dew Blush, in particular the shade Peachy. This right here, when you open it up, you get a big massive doe foot applicator, and what I like to do is literally apply a couple of dots to my cheeks and then either use my fingertips, a brush, or a dampened sponge to blend this out, and it's just beautiful. It's not super dewy where you look wet on your cheeks. It just provides a really beautiful flush of like color and then just luminosity to your cheeks. It's not super tacky, and I find that it does set on my face and it does last a really good time, especially for this type of a formula. Beautiful formula, one of my favorites. And then a new one in my life is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is her Stick Blush. I have 2 shades, 1 shade in particular that I'm obsessed with, and it's Latte. This right here is just a cream formula in a stick. Oh, this is so stunning. The color, I don't have anything like this in a cream formula. You can see how pigmented this is. It just blends so easily, and again, it provides that really beautiful natural finish. It doesn't have any kind of extra luminosity to it, but just that beautiful, healthy radiance to my cheeks with color. Again, chef's kiss. And then this right here is the only powder blush that when I think back, I just kept coming back to. This is by Pat McGrath. This is their Skin Fetish Divine Blush. And I think my favorite thing is, may result with prolonged use. I just think that's so cute. These two right here are my favorite shades. This first one is Flirtatious, and I think this right here is my favorite shade. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's kind of like multi-dimensional when you apply it to your cheeks. And this next shade is called Nude Venus. This one is stunning. And of course, these blushes, just the packaging alone is phenomenal. Ooh, I mean, stunning. These are beautiful. So I have two face palettes. One of them is a contour, bronzer, and a highlighter, and the other one is just highlighter. First one is this new one in my collection by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is her Nudegasm face palette. I think she's limited edition, so this would be perfect time to pick it up because she's expensive. But I think this right here is so pretty. It's so pretty. The formula is so stunning. It's so creamy. It's so buttery. The colors are really beautiful. And I do like to use this to either sculpt my face when I don't want to use cream products. And I can also use this as a blush as well, not just highlighter, because this one is a little too dark for me. For a highlighter palette, this is kind of what I was going back towards, either these two or my MAC Skin Finish. This right here is a Dior. This is their Backstage Glow Face Palette. I have number 2 Glitz and then number 1 Universal. Very similar. You definitely don't need both. It just depends on what colors you're looking for, like from an everyday. But these formulas, they're so pretty. They're so intense. They're so soft at the same time. They make your face look wet depending how you apply it, but they never exaggerate anything. And they also make for a great inner corner highlighter or just eyeshadow on your eyes. All right, lip products. Start first with lip liners. I think one of my favorites has been for quite a bit of time is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize Lip Liner, but in shade Iconic Nude. It's perfect for my skin tone when I want a really beautiful, clean lip, but also can make it more of like vampy. I can make it darker, lighter. It just depends what kind of lipstick I'm wearing. I can wear it on its own. I can overline it. It's just beautiful. And it lasts all day long. And then these ones are newer to my collection. These are by Melt Cosmetics, and this is their Perfectionist Lip Ultra Precision Pencil. I really like this formula. It's a little bit drier than the Charlotte Tilbury, but because it's a little drier, you can be really precise with it. So, which one do I want to go with today? Let's go with Cashmere by Melt. So for lipsticks, I have two options. I love lipsticks, but when I came down to it, I wanted to pick one that has been in my collection for a while, and then a newer one that I really love. This right here is a Tom Ford Lip Color lipstick, number 7, which is called Pink Dusk. Beautiful, beautiful formula and just a beautiful shade. If you're definitely into more of like a pinky, very soft nude color, you'll love this formula, and this color in particular. But this other lipstick is newer to my collection. It's by Armani, and this is their Lip Power. I think it's long lasting or long wearing satin lipstick. Stunning. This is called 404, and I really like this one because it's darker. It's just stunning for fall and winter, honestly all year round, but it's just such a beautiful color. And this is a really stunning lipstick. It definitely dries down to more of a satin finish, and it's a very comfortable formula. So last two lip products, beautiful. I wanted to mention them. The first one is by Ilia, and this is their Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil in Only You shade. This right here, it's so pretty. I love the doe foot applicator, but the formula is just so stunning. Like in the name, it's a glossy balm, but it's a tinted lip oil. So it's really luxurious on the lips. It feels so hydrating. It's so yummy on its own. I sometimes even just use a lip liner and then plop this on top for like a super simple makeup day, or just use this without any makeup and just get my brows and I'm good to go. And then last but not least, I have a lip gloss. This is by Tower 28. I've talked about this before, but this particular shade, Magic, is one of my favorites because it's so like multi-dimensional. It doesn't really have too much pigment. It's more transparent. It just glides on over any lipstick. It's such a beautiful formula, but this shade Magic is so pretty. Kind of smells like butterscotch to me. So that completes my really extensive list of recommendations for makeup for the Sephora VIB sale. I know there's a lot of products. You don't need any of this by any means. I just wanted to give you guys somewhere to start. And these are all the products that I love. Thank you guys for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see the next one very soon. Bye.